Good, happy Wednesday evening. I'm Riley King, and welcome to the Riley King Newscast. Let's get started. First up, man paroled after New Hampshire killing admits to killing woman in Florida. Let's take a listen to this video from WMUR News 9.
Students start the school year off right by donating a backpack with supplies for those in need. Drop it off at any service credit union in the state on Thursday, August 3rd only. Help a local family. And let's pack a pack, New Hampshire.
News this noon, new charges for a former New Hampshire man convicted of manslaughter for stabbing his estranged wife to death nearly 2 decades ago. This time in the killing of a woman in Florida. Warren Burkbeck was paroled here in New Hampshire in 2015 after serving 15 years in state prison. And now he's in custody in Florida after he admitted to stabbing and killing his roommate. He told police he killed 42-year-old Denise Cook because he overheard her talking to a man on the phone. He was also convicted of manslaughter in Massachusetts back in 1962.
Okay, and there you go on that report. Strong storms bring vivid lightning, hail, flooding, rain. Let's take a listen to this video from WCVB, Boston.
Reader has over 50 live hardwood slabs, some over 4 feet wide, and species like cherry, walnut, and sycamore. For your next project, the woods of the world are at Downs and Reader. Visit us at downsandreader.com.
From WCVB Channel 5, this is a Storm Team 5 weather alert.
Everybody, some active weather in the region. A couple of severe thunderstorm warnings. One is for this cluster of cells here around Sudbury, Maynard, and Concord as it moves off to the north-northeast. Boxborough, Concord, Carlisle, and Bedford all in line to be hearing from this particular storm. Very heavy rain, possibly some strong winds, also possibly some hail with this, and an awful lot of lightning. Flooding is one of the big problems with these heavy cells. Another is a cluster that's formed over Boston. Actually, a couple of cells have formed over Boston. A few have moved to the North Shore now. There's also another strong one in Boston Harbor. So that has a severe thunderstorm warning attached with it too. So let's follow this for you. This is the severe thunderstorm warning that is the latest, along with a flash flood warning as the cell moves to the northeast. And that certainly, as you can see, is in Middlesex County. So that's one. And then look at the storms here from Boston all the way up to Peabody. All of these, see flash flood warnings attached to them as well? All of these are producing copious amounts of rain and a lot of lightning. The biggest amount of lightning is with this severe thunderstorm warning back here, centered around Acton. And notice the cells here in Boston Harbor. Also a very strong one now, just in the eastern part of Woburn, and more downpours and thunderstorms around North Reading. Taking a close look now at the lightning and torrential rain around Maynard. And look at the hail that's showing up as well, centered right on Maynard, moving on into Acton at this particular time. There's also been some hail around Boston Harbor and in those cells just to the north of Boston. So heavy rain is the very highest risk with street flooding, so please be aware of that. A few of the cells containing strong winds, and a few also, as you saw, are containing hail. Now, as we go out through the late afternoon into and through the evening commute, the threat will still be there for these downpours and thunderstorms with very heavy rain, and a couple of them can be severe. After sunset, a weakening trend, and by 10 or 11 o'clock tonight, the threat should be over. We'll keep you posted as needed throughout the afternoon, and also remember, News Center 5 begins at 4.
Okay, and there you go on that report. Stay safe out there. Teen seriously burned after falling into fire pit. Let's take a listen to this video from WMTW News 8 in Maine.
A 1% difference makes all the difference. That's why U.S. Cellular put towers where most others don't. Sadly, they're using a good enough network.
Hello? Left or right?
What's one wrong turn? So get our stronger signal in the middle of anywhere.
Learned that a 15-year-old boy was hurt this afternoon after falling into a fire pit. Right now, we still have few details, but the York County Sheriff Bill King confirms that rescue crews are at 22 Granny Kent Pond Road. The team does have serious burns and life flight has been called in. Again, a 15-year-old boy has fallen into a fire pit. WMTW News 8's Morgan Sturdivant is on her way to the scene, and we will certainly keep you updated throughout the newscast.
Okay, and there you go on that report. Now let's take a look and see how your stock market closed for this Wednesday evening. Your Dow Jones Industrial Average closed in the green and went up. Your S&P 500 index closed in the green and went up. Your Nasdaq closed in the red and went down. Our USS 2K closed in the red and went down, and VIX closed in the green and went up. Dow closes above 2200 for the first time after Apple jumps on earnings. The Dow Jones Industrial Average notched another milestone on Wednesday, breaking above 22,000 for the first time. Trump signs Russia sanctions bill he blasts as clearly unconstitutional. Let's take a listen to this video from ABC News.
Are you hiding, Frankie? Oh, Marco! My son's been kidnapped. Calm down, just need to wait. I'm gonna call it in immediately. Where's my son? Marco! Paula! Found you, you son of a...
Rated R in theaters Friday.
Vice President Mike Pence says the president will sign a new bill this week slapping Russia with new sanctions. Congress passed the bill last week with overwhelming support. Now, it would severely limit the president's ability to lift any sanctions against Russia. The Secretary of State, Rex Tillerson, said yesterday that neither he nor the president believe new sanctions are helpful in efforts to deal with Russia.
The relationship, as you know, in Russia continues to be under considerable stress. I think of the events of the last week or so is it getting worse, or can we maintain some level of stability in that relationship and continue to find ways to address areas of mutual interest and ways in which we can deal with our differences without those becoming open conflicts as well.
Well, Tillerson also said that the president calls him late at night on weekends when something comes into his head and he wants to talk. And he says the president's tweets are part of the environment. He says whatever the president chooses to express is news to everybody, us included.
Okay, and there you go on that report. And that did it for the Riley King Newscast right here on the Riley King Network. I hope you all have a great rest of your Wednesday evening, and I'll see you back here tomorrow with more great news. Good night, everyone. Bye.